If you enjoy popcorn at home, but you are tired of uneven results, burnt kernels, or messy stovetop cooking, then a popcorn maker can completely change the way you prepare this classic snack. Whether it is for movie nights, quick cravings, or family gatherings, a good popcorn machine saves time and delivers consistent results. And in this top 3, I tested popcorn makers in real conditions to see which ones actually pop, efficiently, are easy to clean, and truly worth having in your kitchen. In the third, I tested the Dash Fresh Pop popcorn maker because I wanted to see if a very affordable oil-free air popper could still deliver good results for everyday movie nights. And from the first use, I liked how simple the process was, since you just measure the kernels, add them and press the button, and wait a few minutes while the popcorn pops directly into the bowl, which makes it very easy to use even for kids. And the fact that it uses only hot air means you get a lighter snack without oil, which is great if you are trying to control calories while still enjoying popcorn. And I also appreciated the measuring cup that doubles as a butter melting tray, because it lets you add butter gradually on top of the hot popcorn if you want extra flavor. And the compact size made it easy to store on the counter or in a cabinet without taking up much space. And during my tests, it consistently produced a decent amount of popcorn in under 5 minutes, which is perfect for quick snacks. Now, when it comes to drawbacks, the first thing I noticed is that the popping performance is not always perfect, because some batches left a noticeable amount of unpopped kernels at the bottom, which can be frustrating. And the popcorn tends to come out plain since there is no built-in seasoning system. So you need to add salt or flavor afterward. And while the build quality is fine for the price, it does feel a bit lightweight, and some parts do not feel very durable, which matches reports from users who experienced issues after a few months of use. And another small downside is that popcorn can shoot out quite fast, which means you need a large bowl placed correctly to avoid mess. My conclusion, after testing this Dash popcorn maker, is that it offers a fun, fast, and healthy way to make popcorn at home, with very simple operation and easy cleanup, which makes it ideal for families, casual movie nights, and budget buyers. Although the inconsistent popping and lighter build quality remind you that it is an entry-level machine, so if you keep your expectations realistic, it fully earns its place in third position in this top. Secondly, I tested the Elite Gourmet popcorn maker because I wanted something closer to real movie theater-style popcorn while still keeping the process simple at home. And the first thing I noticed is how the hot oil system combined with the automatic stirring arm makes a real difference, because the kernels are constantly moving, which helps them heat evenly and significantly reduces burning while improving the overall popping rate. And during my tests, it produced popcorn that tasted richer and more flavorful than air-popped popcorn, especially when adding a small amount of oil and seasoning. And I liked how fast it was, since there is no preheating required, and the popcorn starts popping almost immediately. And the built-in reversible lid that turns into a serving bowl was surprisingly practical, because once the popcorn is ready, you simply flip it over and serve directly, which is great for family movie nights or small gatherings. And the non-stick hot plate made cleanup fairly easy, since most residue wiped off without effort. Now, when it comes to drawbacks, the first thing I noticed is that even though it is advertised as a 3-quart machine, the capacity feels a bit smaller in real use, which means you may need to run a second batch if you are serving more than 2 or 3 people. And because it uses oil, it is not as healthy as air poppers, and requires a bit more attention to avoid adding too much fat. And the plastic lid, while convenient, does not feel very sturdy, which matches feedback from some users who mentioned durability issues over time. And another downside is that the unit takes up more counter space than compact air poppers and is less convenient to store in small kitchens. My conclusion, after testing this Elite Gourmet popcorn maker, is that it delivers better tasting popcorn with a higher popping rate and a fun serving experience that feels closer to theater-style popcorn. And despite its slightly smaller than expected capacity and lighter build quality, it offers excellent value for the price. So if flavor matters more to you than oil-free cooking, this model clearly earns its place in second position in this top 3. And to finish, first of all, I tested the West Bend Stir Crazy Hot Oil Popcorn Popper because I wanted to see if a larger capacity machine could really handle family movie nights and small parties without compromising popping quality. And right away, the 6-quart capacity stood out because it allowed me to make a big batch in one go, which is something the smaller poppers in this top simply cannot do. And the motorized stirring rod made a real difference during popping, since it kept the kernels moving constantly, which improved the popping rate and helped prevent burning while producing larger, fluffier popcorn. And I liked how the clear, vented lid lets you watch the popcorn pop, while also doubling as a serving bowl once you flip it over, which makes the whole process feel fun and practical at the same time. And the built-in butter tray was useful for melting butter evenly as the popcorn pops, which added to the movie theater experience. And despite its size, the non-stick popping plate made cleaning easier than expected because most residue wiped away quickly after use. Now when it comes to drawbacks, the first issue I noticed is that the machine takes longer to fully heat up compared to smaller poppers, which means you need a bit more patience before the popping really starts. And because it uses oil, it is not the healthiest option and requires more attention to measurements to avoid greasy popcorn. And the unit is quite bulky, which makes it harder to store in small kitchens, even with the nesting design. And while the performance is strong, the durability has mixed feedback since some users reported issues with the motor or popping efficiency after a few months, which means long-term reliability may vary, and the stirring rod can occasionally leave a small number of kernels unpopped around the edges. My conclusion, after testing this West Bend popcorn maker, is that it delivers the best capacity and the most authentic movie theater-style popcorn experience in this top with fluffy results and a fun serving design. And despite the longer heat-up time, larger footprint, and oil-based cooking, it clearly stands out for families and parties. So for me, it fully earns the first place in this top 3. To wrap up this top 3 popcorn maker, if you want an easy and fun way to enjoy fresh popcorn at home, choosing the right machine really changes the experience. After testing all 3 models, the difference comes down to how much popcorn you need, how fast you want it ready, and whether you prefer a lighter air, popped snack, or a richer movie theater-style taste. Each popcorn maker has its own strengths, but all of them make movie nights more enjoyable and far more convenient than using a pan on the stove. If you are interested in the product, the link is in the description. But above all, subscribe to not miss the next videos. See you soon.